Hey guys, what is up? It's ImLight here, and I'm going to bring you guys a tutorial on some 2D motion tracking, which I think has been wanted to know how to do. And it's just an example and some of my edits right here. Just some simple stuff. And then it goes through here, more motion tracking. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right to it. Alright, so first step, open up After Effects as always. Get your cinematic, which is right here, which is what I have, which is a car cinematic on Crash, and just drag it in to make composition. As you can see, it's very simple. And I'm going to track it right on top of this hood. So what you're going to need for this is Camera Tracker 1.0, which is by the Foundry. So just type it in on Google, YouTube, something like that, and watch a tutorial on how to get it, and it's very helpful. So we have that, and we got to make sure that our resolution is on full. Let me hit Track Features, and I'm going to pause this while it's doing this. And for you guys, just wait until it goes down and back. So hold on for a second. I'll come back when it's ready. Alright guys, it's done tracking, and as you can see that it has tracked it all. And those are just the orange dots that appear, which show that it's tracked. Backwards, it has to go forwards, and then it comes backwards. And at the end of always, there's this little red frame, which I choose to go back one frame. Hit Control-Alt-T to make it, not make an additional layer, but push Control-Alt-T. When you're on select your layer, select push Control-Alt-T to do time remap, and then Control-Shift-D, which is weird because I remember I can't do it with this recording software. So you want to go to Layer, or where is it? Edit, Split Layer, and then I delete the top one. So now we have a nice, just normal clip and composition, trim comfortable work area, and we can go back. And so we have this, and so make sure that you have your camera tracker selected, the effect, so that you can actually see what's going on and see where the dots are. So now what we want to do is solve the camera. So click Solve Camera, and this takes like a second, and this sometimes this pops up. Just click OK. Doesn't mean anything's wrong, and it's solved now. So we want to track it to the top of this hood, or the top of the car. So clearly it seems to me the dot that actually looks the nicest is this one right here. So click it, hold Control on your keyboard, and click it again. And then there's a thing called Ground Plane, and then we want to set as Origin. So now we have it all made. So now what we want to do is we want to create scenes. So click the Create Scene button, and it should give you a null object and a camera. And that null object follows that point on its path on the car. So what we want to do now is quickly add some text right up here, and we'll make it ImLight Tutorials. And so we want to scale that down, and make sure to click the 3D button next to it. And then we want to scale it down more. And it's going to play with it a little bit, so we want to bring this down maybe to 10. And see where it is, and then bring it actually back into the comp. So we can see where it is, and now 5. And I'm actually going to fix up the text a little bit, so add spaces, and we'll put this white just to make it look nice. And it is tracked with the car, but we got to make the rotation actually look like it is. So I had to change mine to +3 on the Y and +9 on the X, and maybe actually a little bit more on the X, not the X, the Y, just so we can get it to be nice. And I'm going to do this to 2. Actually, I'm going to do this to 3. 4. Let's see, just see what 4 looks good. And you want to keep the scale down, because if you mess with like the depth of it, it can it can affect like where the tracking is because it's so far back that you don't want it to. So you want to kind of keep it in the general area of where it actually is already. So we have that, and we can add a shadow, but I don't really think it's going to work on this. So what I might actually do is just take some text and just scribble something and track it and see how much time we have. Alright, and track it and then scale it down to like 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to want to bring this up. Bring this to 3. Maybe make it a lot like wider. Nope, this one. Just type in some random text and make it a lot wider. Let's actually add some more text. And then what I always do is I go to the rotation and change the, I think it's the X, to -90. So that will make it, and we're going to drop the, oh, not that one. Drop the, or bring the, and then bring the X rotate, no, not the X. Actually bring the Y, and put this back at 0 and 0. And we gotta bring the position back. And see why I do this mainly is because, let's scale this down a little bit, scale. Change this to like 2.5. And we can add some fast blur to this layer and blur it out. But first I just realized we have to change this to some black. And then we can blur it out. But what we want to do is just, I think what I'm actually going to do is just type tutorials. And well, it looks pretty bad actually right now because this, I would, if I was an editor, I mean if I was editing this I probably wouldn't put a shadow. But anyways, that's how you 2D motion track. And that's tracked on there and you're just ready to go ahead and put that in your edit. So that's what I did. And you just take this comp and put it in your main comp. Alright, I hope you guys like this, and be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe.